What's up, guys? Good morning. All right, so like I was telling Pat today, we are really not having that much volume with penny stocks specifically. Penny stocks are a little slow today, it seems. Penny stocks are a little bit slow today, it seems, but we are getting some higher cap stocks that are moving. Just to show you guys, I'll put the scanner back on in a minute. But just to show you guys, we have DARE, which is gapping up from 99 cents all the way to $1.16. And so that one doesn't look bad. We'll see where that one heads right now. We also have LYFT lift, which is moving at least some right now in pre-market. It's moving some. It's gapping down technically, but it's moving some. We have EA here, EA gapping up really nicely from 92.70s to 99.80s. We have MTCH. So a lot of the higher cap stocks are actually gapping up some this morning. The lower cap stocks are actually a little bit slower. The only really good one I see for lower cap stocks, maybe YTEN is a new one. Let me look at that one. Yeah, that one doesn't look bad. We can watch YTEN. It's gapping up at the very least some, but the volume seems overall pretty low for some of these cheaper penny stocks. YTEN gapping up from 115 to 130s. And let me know if you guys see anything else. We have BLIN, which was a big mover yesterday, which is gapping up some from 720 to 820. So gapping up, not a bad gap up there for BLIN. I'd say, what is that, like 13% or so. We got MTSI gapping up some. CAYO, which I'm pretty sure that looks like a buyout or an acquisition of some sort. Yeah, and like I said, let me know what you guys see. A little bit slower morning for penny stocks. ABIO doesn't look bad. TXMD, I know that's one Mitch traded yesterday as well. All right, so yeah, let me know what else you guys see. Like I said, I think it's a little bit slower day for penny stocks, but we might have some movers here. Let me see what else we have. We have MTCH. We have ABIO, BLIN. Good morning, guys. Sorry I'm a little bit late today. It's been a stressful morning. My son's been coughing, but how's everybody doing? Let's see. So BURG is getting some volume. BURG. Yeah, BURG gapping up from 150s to 260s. Let's go ahead and break down some news today. Let's do that. First, we'll look at DARE, D-A-R-E. All right, so DARE, which is this top chart here, is up over 20% following a press release highlighting the publication of the study of the DARE FRT1 in drug delivery translational research. So today they announced the article entitled Pharmacokinetics and Tolerability of a Novel Progesterone Intravaginal Ring in Sheep was published online in the journal Drug Delivery and Translational Research. So a favorable article, I'm guessing, was posted about DARE, and we'll see where that one goes as well. We also have BURG. Appreciate that one, Pat. BURG gapping up some here. All right, so apparently there is a holdings report partnership with Beyond Meat for plant-based burger launch. So a plant-based burger launch for BURG. And so we'll see where that one goes. It's gapping up nicely here. It's up over $1 from 152 to 258. So a significant gap up here. And we'll see where that one heads. We also have EA. EA is gapping up nicely here. If anybody else knows what's going on with EA, let me know. It seemed to have more volume in after hours here, and so I was looking at after hours yesterday. So yeah, EA was positive revenue, better than expected revenue, and better than expected guidance. So it beat the street expectation with revenue and better than expected guidance for EA. And it's definitely gapping up to show it. It's up from $92.70s to $100. So a very significant move here. And I think this $100 level is going to be huge for this chart. I think that one's going to be huge. And so we'll see where that one goes as well. We also have, what's the next one? We have MTCH. MTCH gapping up. I'm guessing a lot of this is just earnings. We can also look at YTEN here in a minute, but MTCH it says Match Group stock is jumping because Facebook hasn't basically ruined Tinder. So yeah, MTCH is up over speculation that because Facebook hasn't ruined Tinder, and it's pushing up because of that. You know, when Facebook announced that they were coming out with a dating app, MTCH dropped significantly about a year ago. But now, since Facebook, I guess, isn't really succeeding in that, then Match is back up. We also have YTEN. YTEN. Big gap up here from not a huge gap up actually, from 115 to 130s. We could look this one up as well. All right, so Yield Biosciences signed an exclusive worldwide license with the University of Missouri for advanced tech used to boost oil content in crops. So they're an agricultural bioscience company, and they use the, quote, trait factory to develop high-value seed traits for the agricultural and food industries. They announced that they basically announced that they signed an exclusive worldwide license with the University of Missouri. And so that's pretty good for YTEN. We'll see where that one goes here as well. Any other suggestions on what to look at this morning? I see GEVO popped up on my scanner here. And I remember GEVO. I believe this is a shipping stock, but it's not really moving too much here. We also have EVH, low volume move, MTSI. A little bit of a gap up here. BLIN, which had a pretty big move yesterday. We can look at BLIN. That one doesn't look bad here for BLIN. And so with BLIN, they had a downbeat on Q1 results. Oh, never mind. So BLIN got a boost. They're up yesterday after the company announced a multi-year license renewal agreement with a global biopharmaceutical company to power its mission-critical websites. And so another agreement here, a multi-year license renewal agreement here for BLIN, and it definitely showed it. This is one of those all-day faders that we see here a lot, and one of those things that I always try to tell people is like the big signifying move is usually like you might see it spike up a little bit here just on positive sentiment at the open. But once it specifically breaks under the previous low of the day, in this case really right around here, then a lot of times it's going to maintain that downward trend. And so if we draw a line right here on BLIN, you can just see after it broke under that level held as resistance multiple times. And so it moved back up and it would touch that level multiple times. You could just see every pop here. Shorters are jumping back in this thing and anticipating the hold of that big resistance level, and it's holding really nicely there yesterday. So it's popping back up a little bit today, but I still think that level is really significant here, specifically this 865 level for BLIN. It's even struggling to break that level in after hours and pre-market this morning, and so you can see it tried here, failed, and so I think that, like I said, specifically that 865 level is going to be interesting. If it can break that level, it might start to really run. And if it can't, it might just fade back down some, maybe to the whole $7 is what looks interesting to me. And so we'll see what happens with BLIN as well. Like I said, let me know if you guys see anything else that looks good. TEUM. Yeah, TEUM's at least moving some, and so it doesn't look bad. TEUM is interesting here. Let's see if we can find some resistance above it. I'm seeing some, same kind of like the last one, that previous closing price around 510 is a big level for TEUM. Isn't this a shipping stock? I believe TEUM's a shipping stock, if I remember correctly, along with like DRYS, DRYS, and GEVO. I think most of those are shipping stocks, right? We also have LC, we have OCSL, CODA on the scanners. But yeah, that's about it for right now. We'll see what else we can get here. Like I said, let me know if you have anything else you want me to review. We also have Pinterest here, which is gapping up some. But yeah, let me know if you see anything you want me to review. Maybe Snap. All right. I'm gonna have to restart my Thinkorswim here. Jon Snow, man. The King of the North is here. The King of the North is here, man. Do I have any live trading videos for beginners? Yeah, I got some. Everybody shout out to Jon Snow. King of the North's here. ZAYO. Yeah, man, I got a lot of trader here, John. I'm gonna send you the first video in my So Mitch and I have a free trading camp series, and right now I think we have 6 classes in this free trading camp. Around 6 classes. And so I'll try to post that link here as well. But each of them are roughly 45 minutes long. But basically, it's a free trading camp. And so it's a free camp. We're just trying to do it free. We're not trying to charge anybody for anything. We're just trying to be the outlier in the industry that doesn't charge for our content. And so I'll send you the first class, and you can kind of go through the playlist. Right now, the classes are on calculating risk, reward, and strategies. Understanding gaps in trading is the second one. Building a trading plan, a beginner's guide, is the third class. Understanding VWAP and related strategies is the fourth class. Trading and understanding all-day faders is the fifth class. And then the class we put out yesterday was understanding the VWAP bounce day trading strategy. And so we have 6 classes, and we're gonna debut a new one every single day at around 5:45 Central Standard Time. And so I'll send you that first class so you can kind of watch some of these if you want them. But yeah, it's just a free trading camp that we're offering here. So there you go. There's the first class right there. All right, let me get this right here. Let me see. The SPY overall today, yeah, I had to put out my paper platform so I could try to paper the some of these ZAYO. Yeah, ZAYO, I can look this one up. I'm pretty sure this is a buyout or an acquisition of some sort. It looks like a buyout or an acquisition of some sort. And whenever you see a stock gap up like that, but then stay in a pretty tight range afterwards, it's most of the time it's most of the time a buyout or an acquisition. Let me see. So ZAIO. Yeah, ZAIO is to be purchased by Digital Colony, so it's a buyout. And so, yeah, I mean, it probably won't move that much because of that. Most of the time, buyouts are pretty slow. Yeah, BLIN, I think I looked that one up already. TEUM had good earnings. Yeah, we'll see where that one goes. The SPY overall today is down some. So the SPY is down. We'll see what we get. Like I said, I've been taking it pretty slow this week. I've only had one trade all week, and it's Wednesday, because it's just been pretty slow, and I'm not going to force anything, but I did have one green trade. The last few days have been decent for my trading. Like on Friday, I had a $300 plus gain on CGC, and then yesterday I had like a $22 gain. But green is good, and I'll take it. I'm slowly getting closer to pulling this account in the green, so we're going to keep working with it. Sun W. We can look at Sun W. Yeah, Sun W doesn't look bad either. But what I see this morning mostly is DARE, YTEN. BLIN maybe. BLIN doesn't look bad. MTSI. A little bit of volume there. EA. MTCH for the higher cap stocks. QRVO gapping up some here. AXSM, I'll probably end up watching AXSM as well. ATAI. Yeah, ATAI doesn't look bad. It's almost completely, I mean, it's up about 10 cents or so. This one moved yesterday. We had some people talking about it. I could look up the catalyst for it. So with ATAI here, we have I don't know. I don't see it. Let me see. I don't really see any news for ATAI here. At least not in the last 2 days. And so I'm curious why that one's moving like it is. But yeah, you can see the SPY is gapping down a little bit here. So the SPY is gapping down some. And it's been kind of volatile lately. And so yesterday was a really good day for shorts. We'll see if today's favorable or not. Does Thinkorswim have real-time price, or is there a time lag? You can set it to real-time. So if you go to setup in the top right side of your screen and you go to application settings on Thinkorswim, you can go to system and you can go to quote speed, and you can see mine is set at real time. It also depends on how much RAM your computer can handle. You know, if your computer can't handle that much RAM dedicated to Thinkorswim, then it's not going to be beneficial. And you might want to go a little bit slower actually. But if your computer is a decent enough computer, you can you could set it to real time like I do for quotes at the very least and take advantage of that. Hey, appreciate the new sub, Quantum. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Can't talk right now. As well as Lewis, appreciate the sub. Mr. Vado, appreciate the subs, guys. Welcome, appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this live every day. We actually day trade on stream live every weekday. What's up, Shally? And also, guys, go check out our public Discord. Go check out our public Discord. Like I said, our goal with this Discord is to create a free day trading chat room. You can also follow along with us and chat with us while you're taking the classes in our free trading camp. And so if you're interested in checking that out, go to this Discord link. Join our free day trading chat room that we're building here. We currently have almost 300 people in there now, and we're just going to try to keep building it as much as possible. And so go join that Discord link if you want to be a part of our free day trading chat room. And yeah, hopefully we can get a green day going today. Now we got Jim C posting some news in the chat. Let's see what he's got today. Let's see. AQST. No volume. AXGT, no volume. Dare doesn't look bad. Dare. Dare Bioscience. We got some decent moves here. Also be watching Roku here. Roku had a pretty decent day yesterday. They're a good day for fades and shorts specifically yesterday. So I might watch Roku, SQ a little bit here maybe as well. We had a pretty good day for shorts, but that's mostly because if you look at the overall market, the market dropped all day yesterday. And those are the days that shorts work the best. And so we'll see what we get. INGN gapping down. NVTA gapping down. Those are some gap downs to consider. Cron, cannabis stocks, all down some. FTFT on the scanners here. What's up, Joe? GGB. Yeah, GGB's up some. It's just low volume. We'll see if it follows through a little bit. RTTR. I think this $1 level for ITTR or for RTTR is going to be big. If it can break and hold that, I think it looks interesting. If it can't, I think it might kind of slowly fade back down to the 80s or 70s. INGN. Yeah, monster drop for that one. IP on the daily. Yeah, I mean, IP's just in this really tight range right now. You can see the range right around here. And so until it breaks that range, I'm not really interested in it. I mean, it looks like it may come back to test this low right here. And so it does look a little weak if it can hold under that $46 level, but we'll see. Looking at this one, if I like this resistance level and support level at 27 for AMD. And so if AMD can hold under there, it looks good on the daily chart for a short. What's up, Junior? Hey, brother, I appreciate your dedication, man. I appreciate your dedication, bro. All right, guys. Let me text Mitch, see if Mitch is going to be here. I was just saying that you can dedicate more RAM to Thinkorswim if you go to the sign-in screen. So, like, you know the sign-in screen when you enter in your username and password for Thinkorswim? If you go to settings there, you can dedicate more RAM in your computer to Thinkorswim so it runs smoother. You can also change your setup and quote speed in your setup here. If I go to the top right and go to setup, application settings, or system settings, I can change this quote speed to real time if it's not already there. And so those are a few ways you can increase the speed of Thinkorswim. Hey John, how to apply the VWAP on Thinkorswim, just the one line. So to apply the VWAP, like for instance, you go to Studies, Add Study, Trend Studies, and then you go to VWAP. But you'll get these three lines here. You just side click it, go to Edit Study, and then in Edit Study, you go to Upper Band and you uncheck Show Plot right here. So it'll be checked, you uncheck it. And then lower band, same thing. It'll be checked like this, you uncheck it, and then you go to Apply. And then it'll just be the one line. So I can show you with this one. Let me see. You go to upper band, uncheck, lower band, uncheck, apply, and then you just get that one line. BURG. Yeah, I like BURG because it's staying in a pretty tight range here. The range is pretty tight, all things considered. I mean, from 225 up to 275, so about a 50-cent range here. And I really like that range. It's interesting to see if it's going to break that range, but I think that's the most interesting thing about BURG is it has this really tight 50-cent range in between 75 and 25. And it's really easy to calculate levels too. It's quarter levels. And so this range right here looks really interesting for it to either break over or under that range on BURG. But it does have that tight range and looks interesting there. What's up, Justin? Yeah, no worries, bro. Alright guys, we got about 6.5 minutes left. Let me find out what else we can look at today. All right. Y10 or DARE, which one do you like better? Y10, let me see, DARE. They both look the same on the intraday chart, so you kind of got to look at the daily chart. YTEN is up to here. Let me see. So YTEN is right here. May have some resistance there. What was the other one? DARE. I mean, honestly, I think they both look kind of weak. I don't think either one of them are really going to go crazy. I mean, actually, they might go crazy here. But they both have resistances above them. And so I think at least one of them is going to fill this gap completely. But it all depends. I think these were good news. There's not that much room necessarily in between the entire gap fill. So for these to fill the gap, they don't really have to move that much. This one has to move about 10 cents or so. So I don't really like either of them, to be honest. You know, if they would have held these gains a little bit better, I think I would have liked them more. But because they didn't really hold any of these gains, I mean, I think they may spike initially at the open. They might even run bullish today, but I think they'll eventually come right back down. I like BLIN better than those two. BLIN, though, has that big resistance level, like I said, at 865 or so. If you look at the previous day, like I said, a lot of times when you get these all-day fader moves, that previous low of the day, once it breaks, like once this break happens right here for BLIN, a lot of times it's going to stay bearish for the rest of the day. And you can see every time it popped up to that level for the rest of the day, it got rejected. And that level actually held it as resistance, every single pop up there. And so I think that's a significant level, because even now in pre-market, it's still kind of getting rejected at that level and after hours in pre-market. And so I think the really interesting level for BLIN is 865. If it can break 865, it might start to run. And if it gets up there, it may actually hold as resistance as well. And so I think that's the interesting level to look for on BLIN. All right, guys, let's get ready. Let's get ready to trade. Any suggestions on scanners that you guys would like to see that I don't have here? Because I can add some scanners if you guys want to see any other specific scanners that I don't have here to my screen. Alright, guys, but we got a little bit less than 2 minutes, or a little bit over 2 minutes. Let's see if I put active trader up. Okay, you guys will still be able to see it. Alright, guys, we got 2 minutes. Let's do it. Let's just take it slow. There we go. Alright. So yeah, EA, MTCH, gonna watch the cannabis stocks, gonna see what the overall market does today. BLIN looks interesting here, but it's actually, look at the big drop on BLIN. Big drop, so interesting level. That in the previous day's close, which is, let me see, it's right around 710. Or no, it's 718, so it's right here. So this is the previous day's close right there. So this little range here, this gap range is interesting. We'll see where it goes though. All right. This is the action is heating up right now scanner on trade ideas. Most of these bottom ones will kick in once the market opens. We have low float, big volume, low float, high of the day scanner, breaking out scanner, new daily highs, and so. Yeah, I traded GER. Look at BLIN though, starting to fill this gap already. We got 30 seconds, guys, 30 seconds. But yeah, look at BLIN starting to fill this gap already. It's down to 760. Yeah, BURG looks interesting, especially because it has that really tight range. Like if you look at BURG here, it has that big range, a very obvious range that it actually just broke. It actually just broke that range, and so you can see this range broke. Volume's going to start coming in the opens in 4 seconds. So BURG might actually run here. We'll see. All right, there's the bell. We got the bell. BURG, I think that top of that range is going to be significant here. Let's see if it can hold as support now. All right, we got EA dropping some. EA big drop at the open. SQ drop at the open. BLIN steady dropping here. So BLIN is dropping. AMD is about break even right now. But yeah, BURG couldn't hold over that level. That level at 275 or so. Cron up a little bit here. Cron might break the previous day's close. Cron maybe. So AMD dropping some. All right, but yeah, BURG dropping down here. EA dropping significantly as well. The overall market, though, the SPY is up a little bit. The SPY is up a small amount. Roku spiking up some. All right, guys. So here goes AMD rebounding here. Just broke the high of the day. We got BURG, though. That looks pretty weak here. Now, we'll see if BURG can pull a washout long. I think that's very possible for BURG as a washout long kind of move here. But I'm going to wait a little bit and see if we can find some decent fades here. And plus, watch the overall market. So the SPY just broke the lows. The SPY just broke the lows of the day here, guys. So just to show you guys what's going on, the SPY just broke the lows. And so a lot of stuff might actually get kind of weak here. You can see the SPY breaking this low right here. And so unless it rebounds, the market might get a little weak, specifically with the higher cap stocks. And so I think that's interesting to watch here. There's the SPY dropping some. EA would have been a good fade, but I'm not going to chase that one. I'm going to just wait for favorable looking moves. We got AMD popping up here. Yo, what's up, man? What's up, brother? All right, we got Mitch here. Mitch struggling with this.
No, 1 second.
Okay. All right, so yeah, we got the SPY dropping. The SPY looks weak. This should be good for fades. Watching SQ. Roku pushing up, though.
Yo, what's up, brother?
What's up, man? Can you hear me? All right, I'm looking at QRVO here. QRVO specifically. If QRVO can drop down and break and pull back to the VWAP at around 7680s, 7680s. If QRVO can pull back to there, I could set a pretty tight risk. I would have to use something small like 50 shares because the range of this stock is like $4, and I'm not trying to lose hundreds of dollars on that. We also have EA though. EA though is back at the VWAP right now, so I don't mind EA here. All right, we lost Mitch. I don't mind EA though. EA is back at the VWAP here. I would have to use. I don't know. I would have to use. Yo, what's up, bro? I would have to use 99 as my risk right here. I can't hear you, brother. Here, maybe make a zoom. A zoom might be a little bit better, bitch, if you want to. But see, there's the squeeze up, and so glad I didn't get an EA. But look at that. So remember, I drew this 99 level as my risk. Look where it goes up to. That's why I make that level my risk. I still don't like it, but look at that. So I drew that 99 level as my risk in that trade, and look exactly where it goes. So you can see the importance of making those levels. Maybe it would have been a good fade. It would have followed through nicely there. Look at that on EA. Little disappointed I didn't take advantage of that one, but it is what it is. I still have SQ. I really like SQ here as well. QRVO didn't look bad, but look at that follow through, man. Look at that 99 level, exactly down to the T of where I drew that resistance line, that risk line. Spot on there. Hey, Mitch, bro, I don't know if you can hear me, but you might want to do Zoom in. I can't hear anything you're saying, bro, if you're talking. Beautiful follow through on EA, though. Kind of regretting not taking that one. The SPY's pretty weak, too. But, we could get in the little VWAP. The little VWAP, cross move, or not the VWAP cross, the moving average cross move while we're waiting, just to kind of kill time and see if it's going to work. But right now I'm looking at SQ specifically. SQ. If SQ can pull back there, I like that one. I like it. There's the previous day's close is above it. Looking pretty decent there, all things considered. Eventually, we're going to put out the class on trading these moving average crossovers and how I like to trade them. QRVO is right there at the VWAP. QRVO is right there at the VWAP. SPY's breaking lows here too, but QRVO is right there. See, I would have to use about $1 risk or so, maybe a little bit over $1 risk for this one if I really wanted to take it. And my reward level would be almost $2. And so that's not terrible. Maybe a little too late for it, though. Roku completely turning back down here. Honestly, I'm surprised AMD honestly is up here, being how weak everything else is. Alright, so I sold a little bit here for AMD. Just gonna let the rest few shares work. I've scaled out of most of it, or half of it. And so I'm looking at SQ here. Any thoughts on Ford? Ford, just low volume, small range. It's just not, it doesn't interest me too much. It's just low volume and it's super tight range. I keep this one break even now for the moving average crossover. See, I was looking at SQ too, but I actually like this QRVO trade a little bit better. It just depends on what the spread is just so gnarly on this one that I don't like it. It's just too rough of a spread for QRVO, unfortunately. It looks good for a fade, but the spread was just too bad. And with this AMD paper trade with the moving average crossover, I'm just going to keep it break even. Gonna look at EA too, but I think with fades specifically, you kind of have to attack them whenever the market is weak. When the SPY specifically is dropping, is when you have to attack fades. I think that's the best time to do it. And if you wait too long, the market's going to rebound a lot of the time, and that's going to squeeze you out. And so the best time to attack these fades is usually when the market is obviously heading down. And, that's the ideal time because, again, if you wait too long, I can show you guys the overall market here. If you wait too long with the SPY, then the market is simply just going to rebound here, and you're going to get caught in that. Roku for a VWAP rejection doesn't look terrible here. Roku for a VWAP rejection doesn't look horrible. It's right up there. It's just the volume's been a little low today, and the spread has been kind of tough. But I don't hate it. It's just about where to set risk. I would probably want to do 50 cents right there. But there's a squeeze, so I'm not going to toy with it. There's AMD, looks strong here. $74s, $75s. Sold another half. And now I can just really let the rest work. CGC might have a nice little VWAP bounce there. That might be interesting. Yo, what's up, brother? Nice. Yeah, I see one on CGC. Yeah, I got out of this AMD paper trade with the $65 gain. Nice little moving average crossover move there. SQ doesn't look terrible, but there's just a lot of fear that the market's going to reverse here. Now, I don't hate it with SQ because I can use like this 60 level as my risk. And so I don't mind that. But like I said, my fear is that the market's just going to reverse. And so it'd be from 35 up to 60, which would be, really I would rather use that 67 level there. So it'd be about 30 cents or so. Yeah, the SPY rebounded here. On ACB. You recording it? Okay, cool. Yeah, man, record it. Because we just had a class on VWAP bounces, so it's good to take one. Yeah, the cannabis stocks are looking strong here. They're looking pretty good. Cron followed through really nicely. It's at the high of the day now. Alright, there goes SQ. Yeah, with the market a little choppy, I don't want to risk shorting it. What I'm seeing right now in the market is a complete rebound. And like I said, if you guys heard me about 10 minutes ago, I said, you got to be careful because if you wait too long, the market will rebound, and that's exactly what we got here. Look at this market rebound. Here, I'll throw you up, Mitch. I got to grab something real quick. If you want to share your screen, it should work. But yeah, look at the market rebounding here. Here, if you can you hear me? Okay, sorry. Oh, my bad. You were muted too. If you want to share your screen, I could throw you up.
I can. I'm on the phone and a little
Oh,
mixture.
here. This is what Mitch is in. Mitch is in the VWAP bounce setup. We actually had a
Yep.
class on this setup right here. I'll be right back, guys.
All right, guys. Sold 200 there at 73s. Really wish I would have got my max sizing in this. Would have been already up $100. Tried to get in there at 62s. Didn't get filled on that Harmy. Would have been a really nice fill. Would have been already able to sell half of it. Would have been at least $80 up already. But not too bad. I was able to get 400 shares at 865s. Sold some here. Looking for it to rip and just keep holding on. All right, John. I don't know if you caught. I was able to sell some there at 73s.
ACB. Sorry, no, I just came back, man.
No
Yeah,
stress. Sold a little
ACB
bit
looked
there.
beautiful.
Half at the high day break, which was 73s for me. And now I'm trying to hold the rest, break even, or add at my price.
Nice, bro. Nice job. Beautiful class. So yesterday, guys, our class was on VWAP bounces specifically. And so if you look at Mitch's trade here, that's exactly what we got. A beautiful VWAP bounce. And really, it's exactly what we kind of look for here. You can use the
Yep.
highs of pre-market as your risk right around here. Just to show you guys, you can use the highs of pre-market right around 860 maybe as your risk. Big reward up there at 872s. And so really nice trade there for Mitch.
Yeah,
Tight
I
risk,
wish
big
I would have
reward.
been able to get my other 1,000 shares at 862, but just no fill. The order
Yeah,
was out, and that's what's important. I didn't want to take 1,000 shares at 865. I wanted it at 863 or 862. So I got in with 400 and was looking to increase and work into that.
for sure. And I mean, how much you make from it? Let's see.
Not
Four.
too bad. I mean, right now I have 16 bucks. I have
Yeah.
14 sitting there. It's not much. I mean, it's
Green
only
is good.
400 shares, but I'll just take it for right now. Look to add, and at the end of
Yep.
the day, all you do is you practice the execution. You can't worry about what the realized or unrealized amount is.
For sure. 100%. But yeah, it also just it's a good trade to get into after yesterday's class, because yesterday's class was on specifically the VWAP bounce. And I think it's a beautiful strategy. I really do think it's a beautiful strategy. And so I'll go ahead and post that link. If anybody wants to check out that class, it's a free class. Everything's free here. It's called our free trading camp. I'll post that class if you want to check it out. But like I said, that class specifically is on the VWAP bounce. And beautiful strategy here. And I'll post that link if y'all want to check out that class. Save it for later or whatever. There's the link right there. And at this point, I'm kind of looking at SQ. It just depends on what the overall market does here. I don't hate it with the fade. I like the tight risk here. And I'm getting, one thing that I can at least do well, even though the market, even though I didn't jump into any trades, is that my risk levels have been pretty solid. Like I gave myself this 65 risk level, and that level held pretty nicely there for SQ. And maybe I'm missing out on a bigger gain here, but it is what it is. The market's squeezing up. I just didn't want to risk a short right now. Let's see what else we get. Yeah, there goes SQ dropping. Maybe I should have taken it. I almost got in Roku too, and that one squeezed up, so
All right, let's see if the volume comes in here and fulfills kind of a cup and handle here. If it rips up here, we will fulfill kind of the cup and handle. We want it to hold as 870s. Come around, buyers come in. You're going to see the time and sales spin green, and that's really what we want to see. That's going to show us the buyers stepping in and shooting it through the high of day.
Yep. All right, SQ might get up to where I can maybe take a small position here. It just depends. I don't hate it. All right, I'm in with 100 shares on SQ. Like I said, just 100 shares. We'll see if it works out or not. Risk is that 67 level, 67 or so, where that previous high of the day was. I don't mind that level. We'll see if this works out. If not, it's a small position. Taking it slow in this market, not trying to risk a ton here. And yeah, we'll see if it works. That's the trade ideas scanner. Fearsome. The trade ideas is what that is. I think I said it before. I think a lot of this, especially with stocks like SQ, is going to be dependent on what the overall market does. If the market starts to squeeze up, this one might not work out for me. And so I just got to play it safe, be careful here. And if it squeezes up, I just got to obey my risk. Small enough share size to where I'm not super worried about it regardless. There goes ACB squeezing up to 870s. Looks good.
Yep, we're looking for that break of 875 here. Break of 875 will give us that cup and handle pattern, give us that nice lift.
Yeah, if you want to check out trade ideas, Fearsome, here's the link. You can go check out trade ideas here. All right, there's 38s again. I think that big level is that 25 level that it needs to break under. I think that's going to be the big significant level here for SQ. Market looking a little bit weaker. All right, there's a little bit of a squeeze up. Like I said, my share sizing is small enough to where I'm not super concerned. And if this turns into a small loss, I think I'll live from it. But hopefully it stays weak here and that $0.50 holds. But if not, I think I respect my risk level for sure here at around
Nice
67.
ad there. Someone added there at 873's 14,000 shares.
Let's see right
Let's see
here
if
on
this can rip
Mitch's.
through here on that 75 here. This is going to be the candle right here. Now it's going to pull back to the VWAP. All right, we got a nice bullish candle there. It's called a bullish engulfing candle. All we need is this candle to open up higher and extend higher. So where did this open up? Opened at 873 and it closed at 873. All right, so just it opened up side by side. Now we need it to extend up, showing us that bullish engulfing candle. Continuation.
All right, so we did get a drop on SQ. We'll see if it. I want to see it break that 25 level. I think the 25 level is huge for this one, and so it's down to 28 and it's testing that. But I think that 25 level is the level that really needs to break here. I'm not super worried either way. I'm taking a small enough sizing, and ultimately, like I said, I think that with the way the market's been, I'm just going to wait for it to be a little bit more favorable for my setups, and so I'm taking a little bit smaller sizing. But I think the big level here is this 25 level right there. I think if it's going to break, it needs to break that level specifically. And if it can break that level, then I think it looks good to come down to 67 or so, and I can try to take some profits in between there if it gets to that level. Here's the test. We'll see if it actually breaks it. Like I said, 625, 630, or 67.25, 67.30. Right, exactly. Honestly, I swear I didn't even see what you said. Practice makes profit until just now. So you and I are right on the same page then, brother. See, I don't like that bounce back, though, unfortunately. Let's see if it holds under this low. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take half off there and just let the rest work. Like I said, I'm kind of playing small ball these last few days. And I'll try to make a video about why, and kind of show people the market. But I'm trying to play small ball the last few days. And I think it's understandable why. I think considering the way the market's been, um, not super favorable for my strategy, that protecting myself a little bit in these trades is wise. And yeah, I covered almost at the low here, so I think that was the right move to make. I can get out of this one roughly break even if it starts to go crazy. So we're looking for that 67.50 area to hold now. That rebound was quick. I think a lot of shorters like me covered right there, and that caused it to just bounce back up quickly. All right, I got out. I'm not trying to risk that there, and so completely break even trade. We'll move on to the next one now. I'm not trying to hold it over this 67.50, and maybe it faked me out, but just getting a little bit too close for comfort there. And I think if it breaks this level, it's going to test this high, and if it breaks that high, it's going to squeeze up big. I think shorters are going to start bailing out of that thing, and ultimately, maybe it'll put a double top in here, but I think that was the right move to make for this one, and that's one of the ways you can kind of protect yourself in these type of trades.
All right, let's see if we get some strength buy through the 74s and 75s here.
Kron is right down to the VWAP as well. Huge gain on the day, though, for me, guys. Huge gain. Check that out, man. Balling over here. I don't use a stop limit or a stop. I use a mental stop. Just because too many times I'll get faked out. It'll tap my risk and then bail out. So I actually let it test the risk. Most of the time I'll let it test that risk. And I think I might have gotten kind of scared out of this one. But I wanted to keep the rest break even. And so I took profits and I wanted to keep the rest break even. And so that's what I did. And if it faked me out, it faked me out. But the big thing is that I didn't risk any more than I would have been. That consolidation's a little scary, and plus, like, a big thing to think about it is never mind. Big thing to look at is, like, look at the SPY right now. So the SPY is actually right around not the lifetime highs, but the SPY is right around the high of the day. And so with the SPY being at the high of the day like that, it's just not going to be super favorable for a big cap stock like SQ. You know, a high cap tech stock like SQ, it's just not going to be super favorable for me with the SPY pushing up like it is. It's just not going to be great for shorts. And so I'm not upset about getting out. I think it was the right move. While we're waiting here, if anybody's interested in using the same broker that Mitch and I use, TradeNet actually has a sale going on right now where you can get the intro package for 30% off. And this is honestly the cheapest I've ever seen it. So 30% off at $350, you can get the intro account. With that, you get 14K in buying power to trade with. So one of the ways I can use such small sizing, first of all, the intro gives you 14K to trade with. Second off, commissions are pretty cheap, all things considered. So I can buy 100 shares of a stock, and it's only like $3 total for a round trip. So $3 total for a round trip. And so there's no PDT rule. With $350, you get a funded account with 14K in buying power, and there's no PDT rule. Plus cheap commissions if you use small sizing. There's a $700 max loss. And so if you go under 13,300 on the intro account, they close you down. But like I said, I think TradeNet fills that necessary void in the trading world to where they allow new traders specifically to trade with a decent sized account with no PDT rule and relatively cheap commissions. You know, I don't think anywhere else in the trading world can you pay such a small amount of money and get to trade with a live funded account. You know, there's a profit split of 70-30, so it's similar to a prop firm, but I think most new traders are going to lose their first account anyway. And so I think this is a cheaper way to eliminate some of that risk. Instead of depositing thousands into a conventional broker, you can pay for a TradeNet account, take the time to really learn how to trade, use small sizing, get a decent sized account with decent buying power, and more importantly, not have any PDT rule that is restricting you in your trading when you first get started. And so I think it makes a ton of sense if you think about it. They currently have that sale where you get it for 30% off. And I'll post this here. And you can check that out. There's the link. It's one of the ways you can help support the channel as well. If you go through my link, you can help support the channel. But yeah, maybe I got faked out. Maybe I got faked out with SQ, but I'm not necessarily upset with my decision. I think the SPY's teetering around the highs, and so I think it makes sense. With TradeNet, you have to take their course and pass the test to be able to get 14K account. I never did. But I'm not sure if they'll make you. The best thing to do is just to reach out to them and ask them. But I don't think you do. I don't think I ever had to. I think really when I got my accounts, I just messaged my account manager and said, hey, I just want the funded account, and they sent me my login info within like 2 or 3 days. And so I don't think so, but it's best to reach out to them and ask them. And you can, if you go through my link, you can reach out to them
Over
there
here,
as well.
looking to probably add at my average cost. Risk would have to be right underneath it, 61.
Justin says they're making them take the course, and that might be a better. That might be better, honestly. It's not. It's not going to hurt you to take that course first. And for the intro account, the course isn't super long. Like you could probably finish it in a day or so. And so, I don't think it'll necessarily be a bad thing if you have to take the course too. It's not super long. And I think, like I said, I think TradeNet's really good because it's like, what do new traders want to do that they can't with only like $1,000? With $1,000, most new traders are not going to be able to short stocks. They're just not going to be able to short anything. Like they may be able to deposit a few $1,000s into, U stock trade or think or swim, but they're not going to have margin and they're not going to be able to short. And so I think with TradeNet, that's what gravitated me towards TradeNet. I was on U stock trade, but I couldn't short. And now I'm almost solely a short bias trader because that's just what works best for me. And so I think it makes sense. Some people are going to hate on TradeNet, and I know one of the guys that was hating on TradeNet is now promoting Guy Gentile, which is hilarious. But I think TradeNet fills that necessary void in the trading world. And maybe I'm biased because I post their links. I don't know, but I don't think anywhere else in the trading world can you spend so less. You can spend a small amount of money like that and get that much buying power and be able to actually short stocks. I think it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say any names. I'm not trying to start drama. I just, like I said, I think people that hate on TradeNet, they usually have their own agenda for it. In that guy's case, it was specifically because he's promoting Sure Trader and Guy Gentile and Speed Trader. And so that was his agenda, and people kind of fall for it. Gullible people are gonna fall for stuff regardless, and they'll jump on the bandwagon of hate, and it is what it is. Like I said, though, I think most traders are going to lose their Sure Trader account. And I think half of the people that are upset are just people that have lost their account, which isn't, I think most new traders are going to lose their account. I think that's just kind of how it goes. And that's why I think it's cheaper to lose a TradeNet account than it is to lose a $2,000 Sure Trader account, obviously. And that's why I think TradeNet really shines, is because you can spend such a small amount of money and you're not risking much. And most of the time traders are going to lose it anyway. But you're eliminating some of the risk to where if you deposited $2,000 into Sure Trader and lost that, you're out $2,000. That's going to suck. You're out $2,000. But if you buy an intro package on TradeNet, you're out $400 or $350 right now when it's on sale. And so for that reason, I think it makes sense. And I think it gives new traders the feeling of trading with live money, because paper trading is completely different. A lot of times traders will try to emulate exactly how they're going to do with live money on paper. But paper's completely different because none of the emotions are there. You don't have that emotional feeling of trading with real money. And so it's different. And so I think that's what TradeNet's really good for. And that's how I really feel. Maybe I'm biased because I post links, but I think point is, if I was a new trader, I wish I would have known about something like TradeNet, because I wouldn't have lost $3,000 when I first got started. I would have only lost whatever I pay for the intro package, which is like 3, 4, 500. And so it's just a cheaper way to lose, honestly, is my mentality on it. Right, for sure. And that's fine. One thing you learn in the trading world is that just because someone disagrees with your trading strategy, just because somebody trades the opposing side of you, does not mean they're wrong And it doesn't mean you're wrong. Um, Certain things can work for certain people that don't work for others. And so I get a lot of times, I hear a lot of stuff in the comments section like, you're doing this wrong, or you're doing this wrong, and you're doing this wrong. And I always tell them the same thing, that, that's fine. If you feel that way, that's great. That's great. That's what trading's all about. Everybody's going to have opposing opinions, and that's okay. And that's the beautiful thing about trading. It doesn't mean anybody's wrong. It's so subjective. Trading is so subjective that if something works for you, that's great. It might not work for me, and that's fine too. And I might do something that might not work for you, and that's okay. But you can't try to paint it all with the same brush. You can't try to say my way's the only way, and if somebody else isn't doing it my way, then they're wrong. I think that's super naive. I think that thinking is extremely naive. And unfortunately, that's what we get a lot of times from traders. 100%, Danny. Yeah, they're not great for penny stocks at all. If you're looking to just trade penny stocks, they're not the right move. They're not the right move. That's the biggest pet peeve of mine about TradeNet, is that there's no penny stocks available. Like I said, though, I think maybe I'm biased with this because I trade a little bit higher cap stocks, but I think new traders specifically are going to lose more with penny stocks. And I think penny stocks are what's advertised to new traders more, because it's easier to advertise. You can throw up your 5, 6, 700% movers in penny stock land, and all the new traders are like, wow, this guy can make 5, 6, 700%. But it's also a lot more unpredictable, a lot more risky overall, and at least in my opinion. And so I think it's just a lot more stable with higher cap stocks. They're going to put more consistent moves in. You'll be able to understand and learn certain stocks. And I think that's necessary. I think you have to learn certain stocks and learn how they move and learn what the deal is with them. And then, you'll understand how to trade them. With penny stocks, a new one's moving every day. And I mean, a lot of times the moves are similar, but it's just not the same to me. No options, JC. No options with TradeNet. Yeah, one of the things I really like about Webull, specifically Webull, is that they allow you to trade in pre-market and in after hours with a small account. Like, you can deposit $100 into Webull and trade in pre-market and after hours. And I've actually done it, and I have a video of me doing it. And the fills were not that bad. I mean, granted, I was buying like 10 shares or something, but you can deposit $200, $300, $400 into Webull and trade in pre-market and after hours. So that's one of the benefits of Webull, I think. Most U.S. regulated brokers allow pre-market and extended hours trading. Most overseas brokers that don't follow the PDT rule are not going to allow it, I don't think. But I know SureTrader does. Ustock Trade does not. TradeNet does not.
Right, we'll be looking for a small pullback here to add here, somewhere in the 64, 65 area. Maybe 66, but no higher than 66. Looking for this to break out through the 875s.
So Mitch is looking for the breakout here on ACB. So this is what Mitch is in. What's your average, Mitch? I don't know if Mitch can hear me. Can you hear me, bro? Guess not. So Mitch is looking for the breakout on 875 for ACB. Yeah, you have to follow the PDT rule on Webull, unfortunately. Just getting a little bit of a sideways market right now. I mean, it's up technically some, but a lot of it is just sideways. What did EA end up doing? EA had a beautiful fade today. Ooh, look at that second fade on EA. I should have kept watching this one. Do you know if you could trade like this, but for UK time with on UK stocks, like with the scanners? Yeah, don't they have a UK market? I've never done it, but they have a UK market. I don't know about on TradeNet, but I'm sure there's some UK brokers that allow you to trade on there. Um, but yeah, with regard to you know most different countries have their own exchange. Like most different countries have their own exchange, and so you just have to find that exchange and find the brokers that allow you to trade on that exchange. By far, though, the most popular exchange is the U.S., the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange. Those are by far the more popular stocks and exchange to trade on. And so most people, even though they're in other countries, will typically wake up for the U.S. Open and the U.S. trading because I think there's not going to be as much volume in the other exchanges. But there may. I'm not sure. I've never done it. Right, for sure. Um, so on TradeNet, you can't really pay, or you can't really play many penny stocks. You can't really trade many penny stocks on TradeNet. Most of the type of stocks I look for, everybody has their own style of trading. Mine, I mostly look for tech stocks, microchip stocks, and cannabis stocks are usually what I'm trading. Tech stocks, microchip, and cannabis. And everybody can kind of find their own niche in the market. That's just specifically what I'm looking for with my trading is cannabis, microchip, tech in general. Those are usually the ones that I'm looking at the most. And like I said, join our public Discord, guys. We're trying to make a free day trading chat room, and this is also a good way where if you want to get in touch with us outside of the stream, you can join our Discord. And so go check it out. I'll post this link here as well. Um, and yeah, like if you need to get in touch with us outside of the stream, you could join our public Discord, and there's the
Yeah.
link right there.
Yeah, one of the other great uses of the Discord is we put up our classes when they come out exactly, and that way you can stay tuned. You can always know exactly when we put out new course, and that way you can master your skills.
For sure. Can you hear me, Mitch?
Yeah, in and out though. I'm
Okay.
having to use my phone literally.
Uh, yeah, no
So
stress.
for some reason my Bluetooth keeps saying call ended every single time I connect to Skype. So
Yeah, no worries,
I
bro.
don't know. Skype life.
Yeah, man. We gotta get Zoom
I
fixed.
remember when Skype used to be one of the best conferencing.
Honestly, it was
That's it.
good. You're breaking up a little bit, my bad. But no,
Yeah,
honestly, Skype was good until like an update last October or so. After that, Skype has been kind of choppy, laggy, not clear when it shows you the images, and so what's up, Hana Loki? Welcome, bro. CFMS, nice intraday trend. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of doing the same thing that a lot of these cannabis stocks are doing, which is just kind of consolidating up. It's what the overall market is showing us right now. And so, like, if you look at the SPY is up, but it's just choppy. It's sideways, but it is maintaining a upward trend. You know, it's holding over the VWAP, and I guess that's the big thing to really look for. CGC is kind of consolidating down by the VWAP. ZAYO. We could check that one out. SPY breaking highs though, so that might be good. We'll see if it actually holds though. It's been staying in that mostly sideways trend since it broke over the VWAP, and so we'll see if it actually maintains this now. My cargo, yeah, two way's been working a little bit lately, man. I mean, I'm looking at QRVO. I was gonna get in this one earlier, but I'm glad I didn't. The spread was just too kind of a gnarly spread. Big drop on the SPY again, so the SPY is just staying sideways right now. Um, One of the reasons I'm not trying to necessarily jump into anything right now. I mean, the spread's evened out a little bit for QRVO. It's just lower volume. Volume's died down some too, but we'll see. We also have AXSM,
How's how's that crazy ENPH?
ENPH. I haven't seen that one in a while. It
Yeah,
faded
man,
a
it's
little
still
bit.
crazy on the daily. The daily chart is insane.
It's fading a little bit. It faded a little bit today. It's just low volume still. BLIN ended up just completely filling that gap, heading down. Gap fill here. Broke under the lows. All right, Kron might be a little rejection move here for Kron. It's right at the VWAP. Just both of them had such big red days yesterday. I don't hate it though. Kron, you could use like a 64 risk right there, and then you have about a 12-cent risk, and then 25 reward. Doesn't look bad down here for that previous low of the day. I don't hate that one, but I think a more realistic one would be 30. And so about a 22 reward, 12-cent
Uh,
risk.
Good amount of longs getting trapped here at 871s. A lot of people just hit the buy because it gets getting up to the trend line. I'm expecting one more pullback here, one more pullback to VWAP, maybe even a little bit below VWAP, and then I want to see volume come into the stock, meaning that there's bag buyers. Bag buyers meaning that they're buying off the support, and we're going to go ahead and give the stock strength at the support to come back to resistance and then look for buyers to step in at resistance and cause the breakout.
Yep,
That's the psychology of the trade.
for sure. My cargo says, John, how do you avoid getting faked out? I get faked out every day. One of the ways to avoid getting faked out is just to wait for the market to be in your favor. You know, a lot of times when you're getting faked out, it depends on what kind of stocks you're trading. But at least with higher cap stocks that follow the market to a certain extent, if you just wait for the market to be volatile and pick a direction, like once the market picks a direction with higher cap stocks, you're not going to get faked out as much. But if the market is sideways and choppy, and kind of crossing over and under the VWAP, you know, you're going to get faked out a lot. Volume is also a key factor with getting faked out. If it has more volume, it's a little bit less likely. A lot of times fake outs happen because there's low volume, and so the stock can get squeezed in one direction and, you know, kind of fake you out subsequently. CGC. Yeah, CGC back at the VWAP too. Yeah, it's kind of the trade Mitch is in. Mitch is in that ACB VWAP balance, so kind of a very similar move here. I'm going to be mad if Kron ends up washing out. I called this one out with a 52 entry right here. But I don't mind getting a break-even day in here. Break-even is break-even. I'll take it. Also, guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Appreciate all the subs today, but hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Mitch and I day trade live on stream every weekday morning, so we day trade live on stream. Honestly, nobody else really does it like Mitch and I do here. You know, nobody else is actually showing you their account balance, showing you their P&L. We lost Mitch. Nobody else is really doing it like Mitch and I are doing it here, and so. You know, they're doing that for a reason. Most of the time they're doing that because they're cherry picking their winners and they're only uploading their winners. And Mitch and I, regardless of whether we win or lose, are at least being honest with people. And I think that's what new traders need. And so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But yeah, I'm balling today, man, with my huge gain today. Killing it today, man. My monster $1.50 gain. I don't know what I'm going to do with all that money. It's because they need that extra time to Photoshop their P&L. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's so common in the trading world. And more new channels that do that are spawning over and over and over again. Because the truth is, you probably make more money streaming. And so there's no reason not to stream. The only reason people don't stream is because if they did, people would see how they actually do. People would see if they're winning or losing or not. They're not going to be able to fake it. And so the YouTube world is filled with tons of people that don't necessarily stream, but they upload their quote trade videos after the fact. And you know, you can have 3 losers and then 1 winner, and you can just record that 1 winner and upload that and say, look how much money I made, when really you had 3 losses before that. Nobody can really see that though. And then they hide their account balance, they hide their P&L, and that's what the trading world is filled with. It's filled with, and they take advantage of naive traders. And it is what it is. You know, this is what it's filled with. Mitch and I, like I said, regardless of whether we win or lose, at least we're being honest with people about it. You know, and so people can say whatever they want. They can't say we're not honest. CVM. Yeah, CVM doesn't look bad here. It's pushing up nicely. It's at 780s. Really interesting level. See if it holds that support at this 760 level, 750 maybe actually. Right around here. See if it holds support there. I think is interesting for it. And you can see that's actually where the support was previously. Yeah, I think we lost Mitch. I'm probably going to close it down here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably going to close it down here. I think we lost Mitch. And so, yeah, that's it for today, guys. Didn't get into anything else. I might actually trade some in Power Hour today. We'll see. I might trade in Power Hour. We'll see. But yeah, guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you appreciate the free content we're putting out there and the transparency we're putting out there, click the like button right now in this video. I definitely appreciate any support we could get. And so, hit that like button if you haven't already. Yeah, break-even day for me. I took my shot, took some profits, kept it mostly break-even, which is fine. One green day this week, one break-even day. I'll definitely take it. Just trying to take it slow until the market's a little bit more favorable. When the market does this, guys, it's just a little bit more risky. Like if you look at the SPY here, this is one of the reasons I'm just overall careful. And one thing with VWAP fades is that the longer you wait, you want to try to get into a fade when the market's doing this, right? If you wait too long, the market is going to rebound, and that's going to end up squeezing you out of your fade trade, your short position. And so the ideal time to attack the market is when it's falling down, specifically really when it breaks these lows here is probably, I would say, the best time. But then, like after that, what do we get, guys? We just got a bunch of chop, sideways action. It's moving up some, putting in higher lows, but it's just really choppy. And so for that, you just got to be careful. Regardless of whether you're long or short, you just got to be careful when the market's choppy. And so, yeah, go check out TradeNet if you want to help support the channel. Like I said, TradeNet currently has a sale on their base package, the intro package. It's $350. Ridiculously cheap here. Ridiculously cheap here. For that $350, just to break it down, for that $350, you get $14K in buying power. So you get to trade with a $14,000 account. There's a $700 max loss, but even considering the $700 max loss, that is twice as much as you're actually paying for that package. You're getting 2 times the amount of money to lose than what you're paying for the package. There's also no PDT rule, and you can day trade as much as you want on there. Plus, the commissions are pretty cheap if you use small sizing. And so, like I said, I think TradeNet makes a ton of sense for new traders. It's a cheap way to trade with a live account and get the feeling of a real account. I think most new traders are going to lose their first account anyway. I think that's just an inconvenient truth. But I think with TradeNet, you can eliminate some of that risk, and it makes a ton of sense. You can day trade with no PDT rule, get a decent platform, get a decent sized account, and really, like I said, the max loss is $700. And so if you go under $13,300, they close you down. That is 2 times what you're actually paying for it. And so usually these are $500, and so it's pretty cheap on this sale. Go check out the link. It's right there in the chat. If you want to help support the channel, check out the link. And yeah, guys, that's it for today. Go check out Trade Ideas as well. Trade Ideas is cool enough to allow me to stream their scans every day. So go check out Trade Ideas. Super cool company, really dynamic, customizable scanners. You can tune them to do a lot of different stuff. And so go check out Trade Ideas scanners. They're right there as well. And yeah, check out our public Discord as well. If you want to be part of our free day trading chat room, join our public Discord. And I'll post that link here as well. So join our public Discord, be a part of our free day trading chat room, and good luck in the markets. Skippy, for our class tonight, I'll post it a little bit later. If you're part of our Discord already, yeah, look at that. Kron had a beautiful VWAP projection. I should have taken it. I called that one out. But I'm not mad at myself for being selective today. But yeah, Skippy, we'll post the class link to our Discord. So if you want to join our public Discord, the class is going to start at 5:45 Central Standard Time. And so at the very least, you could just check out our channel around then and join the link. But if you're part of our Discord, I'll post the link there as well. But you'll also be able to see it on YouTube. I'll probably, once I'm done editing it and getting it ready. And so, yeah, guys, good luck. I'll see you all tomorrow. Click the like button. Appreciate the new subscribers today. Hit that subscribe button if you want to watch us trade live. And, yeah, good luck for the rest of the day, guys. I'll see you all a little bit later.